Hi, it's Julie. I just want to say that I was doing videos to help with people with Suboxone, civil rights, and I got into a lot of things. And by putting out, I believe it was about 20 something videos, minus 8 that are still out there because I can't seem to rip them down. But nevertheless, I'm trying to get these videos now into another new way of talking. So I just want to say that I'm doing okay. I'm still on Suboxone, and that I am going about it with the suggestion of um, help to get it done in a more fashionable, more expressive, more wow type manner, and hopefully it will attract more what I need to get my story out there. Um, I know people make comments about me, like I was getting upset that I was pulling at my hair, which is weird because just to throw that out there, if you ever watched Two Broke Girls and ever saw the dark hair one, I guess her name's Kate Denon, she's always playing with her hair. Take a peek at that on YouTube, even a few minutes of her, you can see her always playing with her hair. I just thought I'd throw that out there. And me going like this, even though it's allergy season outside, terrible for a lot of people. Um, Again, it goes to show you how quickly people are to prejudge on stuff. I don't speak right. I think I make fun of me because I don't have the teeth in yet. And I'm willing to get past these things. Unfortunately, on the other end of this, people watching may not be able to get past these things because unless I remind them and tell them, which if you got any sense of intelligence in yourself, some of these should automatically come to your head to say, that you should be able to think for yourself and say, there must be a reason, but it doesn't mean it has to be a bad reason why she's doing these things. But in any case, let's pull this back to where I wanted to go with this. So, besides people making a few comments on the behalf of my gesture and my hands moving all over the place, me touching my face, my hair, my nose, whatnot, I am gonna go and do this a little entirely differently. I might vlog in another way. As far as the Suboxone go, I'm not sure how much I'll blog on that. I also have talked about Kratom, but I haven't been the biggest fan of that because I think in my case, Suboxone blocks out Kratom, so I can't really say so much about the Kratom like some other people can. But I know I definitely stick up for that. Not use of a pot or any other type of that stuff, so I don't blog about anything like that. Um, let's see, or any other kind of chemicals that have been, or herbs that are out there. I haven't really tried, and even if I did think about trying them right now, I don't really have the money to, and I don't really want to jeopardize things that I've already feel like could jeopardize my health. So I kind of hold back on stuff, even if people say, "Oh, it's okay, it's all natural." So isn't glass is natural. It doesn't mean you go and handle it by the handfuls with your hand because you'll get caught. I mean, everything to me has a natural ability to it. It's just a matter of how it's controlled and stuff. Because to me, everything comes from Earth, and Earth isn't supposed to be natural. To me, that's just simple as that. That's it. That's how I look at it in that basic form. Um, I also noticed I need a little more practice on my ability to speak well to people, to come across better on my vocabulary and not to jump from here to here. Unfortunately, when I put the videos out, they were in like a category of trying to tell one story and then branch from that end of that story to the other. But because I was so overexcited about being on YouTube and everything was getting at me, the story started to get real scattered. and they didn't come off very good. So I ripped them all down. For those of you that could like or appreciate some of them, thank you. For those that want to make fun of them, be it. It's not easy to tell your story out there. It's easy to go and film somebody and make fun of them on camera if they're making an ass out of themselves. But if it's you, it's a whole different story. So this is where you kind of have to have that. Wow, she's really trying to do something that most of us would shy away from. There's a reason why a lot of people don't do acting, and sometimes it's not because they don't know how to act, it's because you're performing a bunch in front of a bunch of people and you're putting yourself out there on the line. And like people say, performing and doing these things, you're taking a risk of being made fun of. And let's face it, even us ego trippers that say it doesn't bother us, it does take a effect on your self and your behavior and how you're gonna feel afterwards when people, say things about you, either good or bad. It can give you too much of a swellhead, or it can make you feel worse about yourself. If you're lucky, there might be a happy middle, but for most, it either tends to go one way or the other. It's not quite that happy middle. If there was, I think there would be more celebrities that wouldn't have to rely on drugs and alcohol themselves, because a lot of them don't know how to go way up and then come way down after performing. A lot of them still rely on substances to help them. If they don't just have their family, they still have something to help them come down. I read too many articles and stories that people make it sound like even the best of your la di da, you know, Ozzy and Harriet people, they still had problems being celebrities and then coming down off of being celebrities and coming back to the reality of the real world for the moments when their celebrity no longer was important, or someone else could have cared less. They still had to go grocery shopping, they still had to go to the doctors, they still had to make these things happen, they still had to give birth, they still had to expose themselves in one way or another. And this is what I'm talking about, to just put yourself out there in plain view and sight, and wondering how much can you say without giving everything about yourself all away. And once you're on YouTube, it's out there inside the world. I can rip everything down, but there is still something that will always still be out there. Um, so once I do this video and I put it out there, someone can save it and use it against me somewhere down the line if I had said something wrong. But I'm basically saying right now, the reason why I'm taking down the YouTube videos is because I saw them very at odds with each other, the stories. I wasn't high or drunk when I said them. I was overexcited about them, and I want them to be more correctly said. I want my stories to be more approachable, as far as every time I go on to one subject, I end good with the other previous subject, so it doesn't jump and really make people go, wait a minute, where is she? What did she do? I want it to make more sense, is basically what I'm trying to say. So by me doing that means I'm going to have a little more studying to do, and a little more writing, and a little more people to talk to. And hopefully by doing this, the next time I do a video on the regards about my life, my substance abuse that came late in life, my Suboxone, what I believe I lost in my civil rights in my family, and my civil so-called rights, which I don't really call them rights, I call them privileges, because if I really had rights, I wouldn't be sitting here telling you my story to begin with. This wouldn't be happening to me. I have a few videos still floating out there, and I think it was called um, I am a heart filled with love, with love being one word. So for the 6 or 7 videos that I can't seem to break down. If you do just want to still kind of look up previous stories, if it would matter to you to kind of get a hint of what I'm about and what I could be about the future, and hopefully even better than those videos. It was called A Heart Filled, and then with love was one word. With love. It's not separated with love, it's with love. The word is together. So that's being said, if you wanted to look up those videos, be my guest. Again, they're a little scattered too, but I can't break those down. But eventually, I will probably will once I find the right, um, I don't know, the right camera that I put them on. And once I get into my videos, I'll be able to probably rip those down. And then after that, the videos hopefully will become more sense, or what I do next will become more of a sense maker. And until then, there's lovely people out there that are making awesome videos. I do like Rockin' Roberta. She's awesome. I do like, is it methyl kratom? I like him. I like his Vanton. Um, I found a couple of others that I like that talk about their tripping out, but at the same time, why they do it, what makes them do what they do. Because I can't see taking a drug and having all these bad experiences, yet you still want to take it again. So it interests me to pick up these stories and listen to them, especially because it's still one on one as they're telling their stories. Um, this guy is really, I forgot his name, but I'll get it. Maybe I'll put another video out there just to name a few that I enjoy. Um, I like this one other girl who is making fun about how psychiatrists or counselors talk to you or down to you, and she kind of did a one-on-one, and it really aimed it right to the T about how you're treated when you go to counseling and how they talk to you and how they are all the same. They basically have the same pattern no matter where you go in the world. To tell you the truth, I mean, in the United States generally, I won't say the world, but generally, they all have the same way of talking to you. Not quite down to you, but have that, how does that make you feel? What do you think you're going to do about it? That kind of thing. It was funny. I found that I have Facebook, and if you look on my Facebook, I try to put them down on my Facebook because I find these are comical and we need a good laugh. So when you're looking for a good laugh, and King of Queens or Will and Grace has been repeated so many times in your head, like it has with me. Maybe you haven't seen those yet. But if you're looking for some other type of comicals, I suggest, of course, George Carlin. I think he's awesome because he really puts it out there. He might be a spoiler for people that still believe in religion, but he really puts it out there the way the world is, pretty much the way people are portraying it more and more. People are getting more real and on to things than they were 20, 30 years ago before the internet. The internet has really made people open their eyes up and realize, wait a minute, I don't think we've been told the truth after all. One version of that, real quick, is when I saw the footprint of the so called, when they stepped on supposedly the moon. Now, I don't even believe this now. And the footprint was flat, but I mean, not flat. The boot was flat, bottom, but the footprint was all caved right next to the boot. And I thought, wait a minute, the boot's flat, but there's an indentation of where the, the soles were of the foot. How'd that happen if the boot is flat at the bottom? Makes you question again. And there's a lot of them out there. And there was another British girl that was talking about this stuff. And again, I forgot her name too. But I'm going to go back and look at my history, see where I was with these channels, and maybe if it's okay with them and stuff, that they wouldn't mind having other people look at their videos. I know I don't mind people looking at my videos or commenting about them, so thank you for watching.